Hi again, guys. So I'm gonna film another full day of eating for you. The FDOE, full day of eating low carb day, is already on my YouTube channel, so check that out. And then this is just a regular day. So for a little bit of reference, on my low carb days I have 150 grams of carbs, but then we also bring my protein up by 20 grams. And then on regular days, I have about 280 grams of carbs. So that's what I typically eat. I mean, 4 high carb days, 2 low carb days, and then 1 where I don't track, which ends up being a lot of carbs. So, yeah, that's what you're gonna see today, and I hope you enjoy it. But before I get into the food, I just wanted to show you something that I do every morning. Right whenever I wake up, before I do anything, I grab this daily devotional that's right next to my bed. Today's, I'm not gonna read it, but I'll just explain it. Today's is basically just saying don't be anxious because the Lord will give us peace, and if you have any anxieties, just release them to God because his gift to us is peace, and peace does not come from having everything be perfect, but it comes from having faith and believing in him, and then it will make everything perfect. So I actually read the daily devotional, highlight or underline things I like, and then kind of just rate the overall gist of it. And I absolutely love this one. One of my best friends showed me it, and then a lot of people, even on YouTube, like Emily Hayden's right now doing a series, and she goes over these daily devotionals, as well as one by Joyce Meyer. And then I showed my parents this, and my dad bought like 10 of them. So obviously food is fuel, but some great spiritual stuff is some great fuel as well. So if you're into that stuff, I highly suggest you get this daily devotional, because this year whenever I started it, it's really changed my outlook on a lot of things, and it's awesome. Okay, this morning, so I have another egg white omelet with, I put cheese in the middle there, it's good. Turkey bacon, half scoop of dry oatmeal, obviously cooked, with peanut butter in it, and I also put cinnamon and allspice in it, and of course coffee. Whenever I go upstairs, I'm going to have my multivitamins and fish oil, and also water. I chug water in the morning because... So I am heading to the gym right now, but I am packing food to eat right after because I'm going to class right after. Don't worry, I won't sweat much, so it won't be repulsive. It's okay. So I just wanted to show you guys what I'm gonna eat after I work out, and that's right here. Okay, so I have chicken and green beans in here. It's about 3 ounces of chicken. I actually put iodized sea salt because after a workout you can easily be dehydrated if you do not have enough water in you, and sodium helps to retain water, as well as it helps move nutrients throughout your body and helps with muscle contraction. I'm also packing this. I will probably eat it throughout the day at some point, but probably like right after my workout because I will be hungry. I have in here, I have a tablespoon of this Snickerdoodle cookie spread. It's incredible, so good. And then I have this maple French toast bagel from Thomas. It is, I recommend them so much. Like, they're incredible and they smell so good. And yeah, so after this I'll probably just be eating dinner, and I'll let you know what that is when the time comes. So I'm gonna go do shoulders with my friends and go to class because I'm a student and I have those things to do. So I almost forgot, but during my workout, I typically drink BCAAs, and I currently have the ones I will be drinking in the freezer, so they're cold for my workout, but these are the ones I've been using. They are the bodybuilding.com brand, and honestly, they are the best I've ever tried. I've tried a lot of different kinds, and the flavor is orange mango, and it's incredible, and then also the amino acid content in it is great as well. 4 grams of leucine, 3 grams of glutamine, 2 of isoleucine, 2 of valine, and 1.5 grams of citrulline. And there's 10 calories in it just from carbs, but only 3 carbs. But it's really good. I highly suggest this kind, and it's this kind, and it's relatively inexpensive compared to all the other ones, especially if you get it on bodybuilding.com. So check those out. Hey guys, so actually about a couple hours ago, I ended up going to Dunkin' Donuts with my friends, and I got a chocolate glazed donut. I ate part of it, and I think I'm gonna put it on into like my next meal later, but I just made my dinner and I'm gonna show you what I have. So I have a salad with a bunch of different veggies, and I topped it with a tablespoon of the Zesty Italian like dressing and some nacho cheddar, the cheese seasoning, which was only like freaking zoom in there, 2 calories per 1/4 teaspoon. So really small, really easy. And then I have my own kind of chipotle bowl that I made. It has black beans, chicken, and jasmine rice with some salsa on top. because it's yummy. And then a sweet potato, and then I topped that with spray butter and tons of cinnamon. So yeah, that's my dinner. Okay, so here's the finished product. My Kodiak cakes with some apples on top, and then that snickerdoodle peanut butter again, or cookie butter, whatever. And then I'm gonna top it with Carrie's sugar-free syrup. I have never used the Walden Farms one, which I need to try. But yeah, so this is gonna be good. Hey guys, so I wanted to talk a little bit about balance. Okay, so that meal you just saw from this morning, actually, I was supposed to eat last night, except for I was gonna have, I think, no, none of that like snickerdoodle butter and then more apples or something. I don't know. But I ended up not having it last night because I ended up having a wine night with my roommates. And I am not on prep right now, so I can basically do whatever I want, but I have a lot of self-control and I know the goals that I want to accomplish, so I stick to my macros basically all the time. But last night was a different story. I was just in a mood to have a wine night, so I let myself do it. I just wanted to address that balance is so important and that health is so much more than just how you look. When I look at health, I look at the overall full person, kind of like what Plato said, like emotional, spiritual, physical, that kind of thing. And I think that that's what true health is. And if you are not treating yourself every once in a while, if you're just always like strict, then you're not mentally healthy. And I know it's different on prep because your goals, you treating yourself is at the end of the show whenever you're on stage feeling your best. It's not even about that post-show cheat meal. It's all about changing yourself through the process, and that's kind of what your reward is. I want to look good on stage and I want to look good before I start prep, but I'm allowed to have treats every now and then. After my second show, I got into a really bad cycle, and what happened was during the week I stuck to macros that were actually really low because I had just gotten off show prep, so I was reverse dieting. So at the beginning they weren't very high because I just didn't want my body to take that yet. But unfortunately I would get to my treat day, which was like on Saturdays. I wouldn't count macros and I would just eat whatever, but I ended up binging so hard for like 3 weeks in a row. And at the end of every night, I would just feel horrible about myself. And that is no way to live. You can't go off on those vicious cycles like that. It's just, to not feel good about yourself just is like one of the worst feelings. And then I just realized I needed to have more balance, and I would just not go in situations where I would binge. Like I stopped going to grad parties and things like that. Whenever you are on a fitness journey, you're allowed to treat yourself every once in a while. I actually just had an interview the other day, and one of the questions they asked was, what does wellness mean to you? And I told her, whenever I was in 9th grade, if you would have asked me this question, I would have said, oh, it matters how you look. Like, that's all that matters. Because in 9th grade, that's all I cared about. I lost 15 pounds. I mean, looking back now, I don't like how I looked because I thought I was too skinny, but I wasn't happy. After losing that weight, you'd think, oh yeah, like you'd feel so good about yourself, but no, I was not happy. I was miserable. All I thought about was exercise. I had an exercise obsession. All I wanted to do was run on the treadmill. I barely ate anything, and I lost all my friends. And that's not healthy. Like, you might look at that girl and be like, oh yeah, she looks fit. That's not healthy at all. If you're feeling that way and you're not, if you're not happy, you should be going on a fitness journey so that you can function better, so that you can live your life to the fullest, so you can just achieve happiness. That should basically just be the end goal, at least for me, because if I'm not happy, then like, what are you doing? Like, even with like a future career, if you're doing something that's getting you tons of money, but you're not happy going to work every day, like you're spending so many hours at work every day, or you're spending so many hours in the gym. If that's not making you happy, then don't do it. I mean, I'm not saying don't work out, because a lot of the times when you feel better, you can function better and you can do more, and that should be your overall goal. But every time I hear that someone's starting a fitness journey, I am so freaking excited for them because it changed my life for the good overall, and I'm so happy for them. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I'm just like, oh no, I hope that they don't do what I did. Like, I just get nervous. And so I try to stress to people that whenever you are losing weight or just trying to like feel better, don't worry about the weight on the scale unless like you strictly want to lose 5 pounds. But no one off the street is just going to pick you up and put you on a scale. That just doesn't happen unless, I mean, maybe it does, but I wasn't aware. But you should be focusing on things like if your blood pressure is decreasing and if you're able to function better and live life better, because that's overall what it's about. So I know this turned into a long tangent, but I just wanted to address how important balance is in your life. And I only have 1 more month until I start prep. Like, I'm not the type to go and just binge every day now because I only have 1 month left. I just would not feel good about it, and I just don't like doing that. But every once in a while, it is okay to treat yourself. So keep that in mind, and I hope you guys have a great week. And I will hopefully be able to film some footage for you at the Arnold so you can get a piece of what it's like, because it is so freaking cool being at that fitness expo. And I'm also going to Lane Norton's camp, so I don't know if I can vlog in there at all, but if I can, I will, because it's gonna be so awesome. All right, bye.